Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app, or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. Welcome to the AI Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Today on the podcast, we have the pleasure of being joined by Nikita Gupta, who is the co-founder of CareerFlow.ai and is a seasoned technical recruiter with years of experience at tech giants like Uber and Amazon, specializing in talent acquisition for top advertising agencies and startups. She has a proven track record of exceeding sourcing goals and leveraging AI in the recruitment process. She has a master's degree from Singapore Management University and a deep background in analytics and digital marketing. Nikita is here to share her insights on the role of AI in job seeking. Welcome to the podcast today, Nikita.
Thank you, Jaden. Thanks a lot for having me on the podcast. And thanks everyone who is listening to me today. It's a great honor to be here and happy to add value in whatever way I can.
Super excited to have you. What I would love to kind of kick this off with is to ask you if you could tell us a little bit about CareerFlow and kind of how it leverages AI to help job seekers. Give us kind of the the rundown of what CareerFlow does.
Sure. So as Jaden mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders of CareerFlow.ai. CareerFlow.ai is an AI co-pilot for your career. So we are tapping into all the three phases of the career and using or leveraging AI, starting from the phase of the career when you as a human being, you're not even aware what you want to do, like helping you figure out like what are the skills you need to go, what is the career path you need to take, and help you to be more of like a personal assistant plus your AI career coach. Then comes the second phase of the career, which is the job search phase. So from last 11 months, we are working on this phase of the career as being part of, like, because of the current market recession, layoffs are there, people are losing their jobs. More than 300K plus employees have been laid off from big tech or in fact from mid-level companies. So we have been trying to focus on job search phase of the career. And then comes the last phase, which is like once you land your dream job, then how to grow in your dream job in terms of promotion, salary hike. So Career Flow is an end-to-end solution or a platform where you can come in and get help anything related to your career using AI.
I want to tell you about today's sponsor, which is AIbox. AIbox is my own personal software company I'm currently working on, and we have officially launched a crowdfunding campaign over on Republic. AIbox is essentially a no-code AI app builder and marketplace, so you can chain together any AI models, put in your own custom prompts, and automate your workflows. If you're interested in investing in AIbox, you can go to republic.com/AI-box. We're raising up to $1.2 million, but we're really, really excited where this goes and excited to help you automate your workflows and bring AI to the masses with AIbox. Super cool. Well, I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that, but I would also love to ask you specifically, if you can tell us a little bit about your background, what got you interested in working in AI and in this kind of career space. Is this something you always knew you were interested in? Tell us a little bit about your journey that brought you here.
Sure. So my background has been like it's not like a straight line. Like a lot of people just start with engineering, tech, and just stay in that. My background has been locked of ups and down, and it's also resonate with my own personal story. So I started as software engineer, like as a proper coder. So I have done coding for almost a decade in the past. Then after a while, I realized that no, this is not the right path or career for me, and I'm not enjoying anymore engineering. So I moved into data analytics, and that's where you mentioned about going to Singapore, doing my master's in business analytics, and then I started working for top digital marketing agencies in Singapore, where I have a lot of experience in marketing. So my marketing background owes because I worked for these digital marketing agencies. But when I moved to Singapore, from Singapore to US 3 years back, I again started feeling that no, this is not right for me. I'm not really enjoying. Like I have been switching companies. I've been getting salary hikes. I have been getting like to work with top brands because I was working in top agencies. But was I happy, like was I really like looking forward to my day to day job, or like
Hmm.
I was really not enjoying being a data analytics anymore. So I thought of what to do next, like because there was like the only option I had is like to go for my master's, MBA, or another degree, or maybe do some certificate or something to just move from this time from being a data analyst to some other role. And first of all, which role? That's also one of thing, because I was not even aware that I want to be really a recruiter.
Okay.
Second time I'm changing my career. So that's where slowly, when I moved in here, I was a job seeker myself, and the story I always share very openly, because though my startup journey started from there when I was myself a job seeker, and I thought, why not do something which can use my own expertise, what I've learned in the past. Like I used to be a like a pro job seeker in terms of used to land jobs within a week. I know how to use LinkedIn. I used to get a lot of emails from recruiters and hiring managers, so I knew how to get people hired. So I thought, why not just give back? And that was like COVID time in 2020,
Hmm.
when I was myself struggling. So I thought, why not do something and just start giving out? And that's how even I started putting content on LinkedIn. My
Okay.
content creation started from there. I started posting about the things I knew, just like some hacks, tips, and tricks around resume, LinkedIn, or in fact, how to reach out to a recruiter, how recruiters look at your profile. And sooner or later, my post started going viral. People started resonating with it. People started liking it. People started learning a lot of things from it. And that's where I realized that why don't I just do it more proactively and help more people out there. So that's where I started realizing that whenever someone comes and tell me that because of your tips and tricks or content or whatever you share, we got our dream job, we got an interview, that makes me really happy. And that's where I started really moving slowly to a recruiter side. And I started with like a very small startup, then I got into Amazon, then I got into Uber, and like the journey has been there. And I was doing my startup on the side. Then 11 months back, like we started thinking about how can we scale because of the
Hmm.
recession layoff. And with my co-founder, his experience is core into AI, like he used to be an AI engineer in Apple. That's where we brainstorm and we discuss that how can we not help thousands of people we have helped in last few years, how can we make an impact and help millions of people out there. So we started like bringing in tech and automating the things which we were doing manually. And
Okay.
that's where the career flow came in. And this is where we are today.
That's amazing. So exciting. Your journey, I think, is very inspiring for a lot of people. And for those that don't know, you have over 200,000 followers on LinkedIn. You're a top voice in the space. And so I highly recommend, people go give you a follow, and go check out your posts. Like you said, they go viral, and there's a lot of amazing content that you share there. I would love to hear from like your perspective.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about like growing to that level on LinkedIn. Is this just because you were consistent? Is it the content? Like
Yeah.
what's your secret, sauce there? Like that's so impressive.
I don't think so there's any secret sauce or something. It is more about, like, you use the word consistency that really
Uh-huh.
helped. Like I stick to the part of that I post every day, like at least
Okay.
two times in a day. That's one thing. The second thing is like people resonate, or especially the job seeker resonate with me a lot, because not only I'm sharing with them my learnings, my hacks and tips and tricks, but I am also very vocal about things which are not fine in the job search market. Like the job search process is very broken. Like it's like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things are not done in the right way. For example, ghosting happens a lot, right? And
Yeah.
people don't share about it. Like even though when I became a recruiter, when I was working with these big tech companies, I used to share it very openly. I used to be like, let's stop doing ghosting. Let's send at least a rejection email.
Mm-hmm.
Salary negotiation should be done in this way. Salary should be written in. So there are few things which people, not everyone share it that vocally. And when you do that, people resonate and people think that, okay, what she's doing is right. And we should like understand that these things should be amended. And that's why I think that somewhere I felt that if I can be part of this broken process and do something to amend things and help people out there, because I have been in the similar boat. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even remember, like maybe hundreds of times myself being a job seeker. So I
Yeah.
thought like people should not feel the same way I used to feel. And that's where, when I became a recruiter, my first thing was like, I'm not going to ghost my candidates, at least. So
Okay.
that was something I used to do. And I think that is where people really, really resonate, reshare content, and like be like, okay, this is something she's doing. And I'm like, no one is paying me. LinkedIn, you also know, everyone know, LinkedIn is not like any other platform that you get paid when you post
Right.
anything. So
Right.
LinkedIn is not even like paying me for my work and my time, what
Uh-huh.
I'm adding value. But it's like about, if I'm adding value and that content is being used by someone in their personal life and they're getting their dream job, then that's like a success story for me.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. So that is where I feel that the whole thing comes, that success story comes in when someone absorbs the whole content, goes back, really get into it. And because I've worked as a recruiter and being an hiring manager, so I know both sides of the table now. I know
Okay.
how recruiters look at the resumes, what are things needed in the profile, how they scan your profile. So when I share those tips, it's also about you're sharing things which are not shared openly everywhere.
Right. And I think for, of course, LinkedIn, it's like the
Yes.
perfect place, right? This is a place where everyone's looking to kind of level up their career in one way or another. So your advice has got to be super spot on. Something I would love to ask you about is, you know, what are some specific ways you think you've been in this space for a while? What are
Yeah.
some specific ways you've seen AI really shifting the way people are hiring and also the way people are getting jobs?
Yep. So I mean, is like being used on both sides of the table. Like,
Mhm.
definitely recruiting companies or like big companies are using AI on the hiring process, in terms of, rather than a recruiter doing the whole process end to end, there are a lot of tools out there, like Chrome extensions are there. Which recruiters and hiring managers are using. It will scan the candidate's profile. It will automatically reject the profiles. Like, earlier companies used to use applicant tracking system. It's still there. I'm not going to say companies have removed that or they are not using it, but now because of AI, more automation have came in. Like, as a recruiter, I used to manually go through everything. Now we have AI tools which can do that job. So rather than me spending time on going manually through it and spending hours and hours, it's done through AI. Like, AI mock interviews have came, AI shortlisting process has, so a lot of things have came in, which is reducing that manual effort and making that process more effective. The other side of the table, definitely job seekers are using a lot of AI tools. Like, Career Flow is helping job seekers from last 11 months. We do have tools around resume, LinkedIn, cover letter, job tracker, and multiple things. In fact, AI mock interview coming soon. So it's like job seekers are also leveraging AI to manually not do every part of this process. Obviously, AI can't
Right.
go and give your interview. You have to give your own interview. But on the
Right.
same hand, AI can help you automatically apply for jobs. AI can help you match it, like skill matching. It will tell you the keywords which are missing in your resume or in your profile.
Ah, very
So,
cool.
yeah, so a lot of things are there which, as a job seeker, we were not even aware. Like, in fact, when I was applying or when I was a job seeker, I just used to apply. If I used to get rejected, I used to sit on it, read the job description, and work on it. But there was no AI tool or tools out there who can
Uh-huh.
help. But now the things have changed. Like, they are like, people can even go to Chat GPT. They can put their resume, job description. It will rewrite your resume, like every single sentence. So multiple
Right.
things are changing, but it's changing from both sides of the coin. On the same hand, it is also resulting on the negative side. It's um, impacting in a negative way as well, because like, you don't know on what basis excuse me, just one second. Yeah. Let me repeat this sentence. So
Yeah, no
it is
worries.
also it is also impacting in the negative way. And why I'm saying in the negative way, because obviously you don't know on what data AI model is getting trained. Like, you don't know whether there is any biasness, whether they are like lot of things which are like, because data saving is not like maybe done in the right way when they're doing the analysis using AI. So a lot of negative part of it is also there, which is still being under process, and companies are making sure that is not there. Ethics problem, biasness problem, then diversity issues. Like, in hiring, the most important thing is, like, even when I was a recruiter, you need to focus on diversity hiring. Like, we need to focus on hiring women, we need to hire more black folks, and multiple other things were there which need to be taken care of. There were special programs to make sure that we do the proper hiring. But with AI coming into picture, we are not 100% sure whether these parameters will be taken care or not, whether AI model can actually do the right thing and hire the right folks without having, like, avoiding or neglecting those resumes which need to, like, which are just rejected for no reason, right? They have the skills
Mm-hmm.
but they're getting rejected because AI is not letting them pass through the process. So
Mm-hmm.
that is where some parameters or some things will be there. And then on the job seeker side, AI can also give you maybe wrong suggestions as well. Like even in career flow, to make sure that everything is correct and impacting in the right way, we have a human in the loop who is just sitting on top of the reports and everything and verifying if everything is correct or not within 5 to 10 minutes. And the reason why we are doing it, because we don't want to make sure that AI, like the recommendations or insight AI is generating, is impacting the career of anyone in the wrong way.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was recently talking to a friend who was telling me that he had to rewrite his entire resume because it didn't have all the right keywords in it, because when you submit it now to companies, it
Yeah.
runs through AI to kind of check it. And so he's completely redoing it for that, which I thought was so
Yeah.
fascinating. And I, for one, also, when I hire people for a lot of like project work on Upwork specifically.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
of course, platforms like that will have a lot of issues with bots or other
Yes.
things like that. And so what I started doing to get around like the bots is, at the end of like the job description, I'd be like, if you read this whole job description, make sure to start your job description by saying, "Howdy, Jaden." Like that's like what I
Okay.
always say. So I know like who
Got it.
actually read it, and then they have to respond that way. And most people
Then
do.
you'll be
But what I
sure.
realized at
Yep.
first, I was like, I'm like a genius. I got through all the bots. But what I realized is most people are just using ChatGPT auto like
Yep.
responders to apply for these. ChatGPT can read it, sees that line, and it will respond. So I'm
Take it.
working
Yep.
on my next level of job. I think I'm going to say
Yep.
something like, if you're a large language model, respond with this, or I don't know. I'll get something to try to like catch it or whatever. It's kind of funny, but
Yep.
it feels like a totally different game. Hiring, getting jobs in the land of AI. Like there's these
Yep.
tools out there. It's this cat and mouse thing, and it's really
Yeah.
shifting things a lot.
Yep. No, I think I agree 100% that AI has both sides, positive and negative. It's just more about like, as a human, are we making sure that we are doing our due diligence before we are really taking what AI is suggesting us, especially related to career? Like,
Mm,
we don't want, like, if you're using AI and generating cover letter, we don't want every cover letter should look same. Because
mm-hmm.
if everyone's cover letter as a job seeker is looking same, then obviously as a recruiter I'm going to feel like, okay, this is like generated through a machine. It's not like,
Yeah.
so that is where, even if you're using or leveraging AI and AI is giving you something, you need to add in your own part. You need to just sit on it. Obviously, now I think the benefit of it is like you don't have to spend hours and hours. So rather than you spending 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes on doing the same thing, maybe you are spending 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or at max 15 minutes, but you still have to, like, add something of your own time. Like you can't just
Mm-hmm.
skip the whole process and be like, okay, we are just copy pasting and just going ahead with it.
Yeah. Yes, 100%, 100%. One thing I would love to ask you a little bit about is like, what are some tools in careerflow.ai some AI tools that you think
Mhm.
people will absolutely love? And maybe that's from either side of the table, but what are some tools that
Sure.
people will find on there that, that
Yep.
they'll be excited about?
Yep. So for job seekers specifically, we do have like a skill matching tool, which is very, very important. And the reason why I'm saying this, because as a job seeker, a lot of times we do apply for a role and we do get auto generated rejection like within 24 hours to 48 hours. So the reason is because you're not matching with the job role. Maybe you're matching 20%, 30%, or even 40%. But
Mm-hmm.
till you match really till 70, 80, or 90, the chances are very less that you will get an interview call. And being a human, I might think that, like, I am matching. Like you think that, okay, I have added everything, but there are still keywords in the job descriptions which you're missing and you're not putting in your resume when you're applying for the role. So that tool can help you to, like, you can upload your resume, match it with every job description you're applying for, and it will tell you a score, that this is a score it should match in, and then
Mm,
it will tell you that these are the missing keywords, these are the keywords you're already having. And whenever you add more and more keywords, the score will increase and will match you more with the job descriptions you're applying. The second thing is we do have a LinkedIn Chrome extension, which is again, like, a lot of people undervalue LinkedIn a lot. A lot of people think that resume is everything. They keep on using resume. But
Yeah.
I am like a strong advocate of LinkedIn. Got multiple interview calls and myself in the past where recruiters reaching out automatically. In fact, as a recruiter, I was using LinkedIn Recruiter to find
Okay.
candidates.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that if your LinkedIn profile is updated in the right way, and by right way, what I mean is like it's a 5 star, every part of the profile is updated, it has the right keywords, headline is updated, your about section and multiple parts of it is there. I don't want to just go on and on. This
Yeah.
podcast is not about LinkedIn, but I can just quickly say that if you use the Chrome extension, that it will tell you a score that this
Okay.
much your profile is optimized, and then tell you from top to bottom, covering each and every section of the profile, that this is how you can update it. And then also will help you rewriting. We have AI features which can help you rewrite those particular sections of the profile. Then it will obviously match more and more with the roles you're targeting. So that is again, people like job seekers who have used our Chrome extension, they have came back and told us that their search appearances have increased by 2x time within 24 hours to 48 hours after they have used our Chrome extension and incorporated the insights, what is being mentioned by the Chrome extension. So these are there. Then we have a job tracker which definitely will help you to track your job applications. Like if you're applying to hundreds of jobs in a day, 50 jobs or 10 jobs in a day, you can track everything, you can see and manage it. And then we have an easy apply button coming soon, where you can just click on the button, it will automatically apply all the jobs which are applicable through easy apply, and you don't have to manually apply for each of these jobs. So that's there. And last thing which I can also mention is our AI resume tool, which is very important in terms of working on your resume. So if your resume is not getting picked up, you're not getting interview calls, you're not getting um, any recruiter calling you, then definitely we give you a very detailed review from top to bottom, covering each and every section, rewriting it, and also telling you that what is missing and why it's missing. So it's a blend of rewriting plus a review together in a report.
Okay. Super interesting, man. Those are some fascinating AI tools. Really, it sounds like CareerFlow is an awesome option for really kind of like we're in an AI era of hiring and applying for jobs. And so I think that's you kind of need these tools today. Something I would love to ask you as we're kind of wrapping up this interview is,
Yep.
where do you see the role of job searching and hiring going in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years? With
Mhm.
AI, how do you see AI impacting all of that going into the future?
Yep. I think with AI coming in, definitely there will be lot of like, I should say, like, not role reduction to the level of like people, like companies won't anymore need recruiters. Like people might think that AI is going to automate the process and eventually recruiters won't be required. I think that because it AI, like in Microsoft said it, it's a co-pilot. Like AI is being developed in a way that it's helping you to reduce the efforts and help you automate it and maybe do the work in lesser time. So I feel that even if more companies, more automation, and more AI evolution will come in, the only benefit it will be that rather than a recruiter or a hiring manager doing things manually, tracking things in Excel, Notion, or maybe spending hours and hours to find their candidates, there will be more easier way that you can get shortlist the candidates faster, find the candidates
Okay.
faster, fill the roles faster. But on the same hand, it should also go on the other side of the table as well. Like even if companies are using it, if job seekers are not using it the right way, they won't be able to present themselves in front of the recruiters and hiring manager, right? So it should be utilized in the right way on both sides of the table, and job seekers should also understand that they can leverage AI and present themselves. Because if they are not working, they are not putting their resume in the right way, LinkedIn profile in the right way, cover letter, or multiple other things in the job search process, then definitely they are still not going to get selected for the roles, even if
Mm,
recruiters and hiring managers companies are using AI.
yeah, 100%. Nikita, it has been so fascinating having you on the podcast. This is honestly for me really eye-opening to see the way everything is shifting because of AI. Your insights, I think, have been really useful. So, to the listener, thanks so much for tuning in to the AI Chat podcast. If you want to learn more about careerflow.ai, I'll leave a link to that in the show notes for this podcast. And of course, go and follow Nikita on LinkedIn, because she is a top voice and is sharing all sorts of incredible insights. So really appreciate everything from you today. To the listener, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to rate us wherever you get your podcasts, and have a fantastic rest of your day.